because his voice is just exploding into the microphone. And they were having so much fun just boogieing around. Da 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 da. Mwah. Hello darlings, I can kiss with both hands now, yay! This arm's all fine after my first COVID jab last week. How are you darlings? My name's Richard and this is Fabaret. We love theatre, music, dance, performance, all that kind of stuff here. If that's your scene, then click that little subscribe button and make sure to tick the bell so you get notified when I upload fabulous new vlogs. So today, my fabulous Fabaret family, I'm reviewing something very special for you. Sunday night was when the official Show Must Go On concert from the Palace Theatre streamed live on YouTube. And I watched the whole thing, I made some notes. Oh my god, the notes, still more notes. It was so exciting to watch and I'll admit I got emotional a few times. I'm going to give a lovely fabulous review of this and I'll leave a link to where you can watch it online until Sunday the 13th of June. That's how long you've got to watch it guys, so not long at all. I've loved the whole concept of the Show Must Go On, it's a fantastic cause. Let's see, I'm wearing the t-shirt right now, yay! I got the hoodie as well, I'm not going to put it on right now because it's boiling hot. And I got the notebook and the lanyard as well. I have to get more of the merchandise though, because I just always seem to have to get every bit of merchandise whenever I go to a show. I'm like Andy in Little Britain. I want that one. Well, that one? Yeah. Well, that one's £80. Yeah, no. Great, let's get it. I'm curious to know, anyone who got there in person to see this concert and watched the live stream last night, I want to know, like, were there different performers performing at the live stream compared to the concert you went to? Were there different songs? Do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the concert in general and if you saw it live as well. I'm not jealous at all.
I'm so happy and not at all jealous.
Okay, maybe a little jealous. What's really important to remember, guys, this lovely concert was made to help raise money for the Theatre Support Fund. I think it's really important that we support them, guys. So I've put the information in the description below for links and how you can donate. Right, well, let's get on with it. It was Bonnie Langford and Trevor Dion-Nicholas. Bonnie Langford, of course, theatre royalty, performed in Cats and every show you could possibly think of. Trevor Dion-Nicholas, probably best known to us here in London as playing the genie in Aladdin at the Prince Edward Theatre, which I did get to see. And they sung an original song composed by Stars and Drew. And they referenced a lot about what's happened over the past year, about with COVID, lockdown, what we all got up to. So I thought it was very brave of them to open the show with a number that was kind of political. I thought they would at least get a few numbers from shows out of the way and then maybe go into a stitch up about the politics of the last year. But no, they just went straight into it. And you know what? Good on them for being so brave. There was lots of clever references linking between lockdown to musicals, including Come From Away, Dear Evan Hansen, Wicked, The Lion King, just to name a few. And what was so lovely to see with the show, they've got a choir made up of 2020 musical theatre graduates who so far probably haven't had any work to do because they graduated during the pandemic. That feeling they must have of, yes, I finally made it, I'm in a pro show. Must feel great for them, finally. Bonnie then said something that really stuck with me. She said,
"It's not just a passion, it's a profession."
So we go into the first number and it's Jordan Luke Gage from & Juliet singing It's My Life. You could tell he was working so hard because you could see like the lines on his neck popping out. And that's the song when you can see, wow, someone's really going for it. Then we went into Heart of Stone from 6. I've only ever heard or seen Natalie Paris singing that song. It was Colette Guitar who did an amazing job. What was really nice, she did a bit of a different take on the song. There were a few bits that were more spoken than sung. I never heard that before and it was really interesting to hear her adaptation of it. And when she hit the belts and riffs at the end, I could hear some Idina Menzel qualities in her voice, and I really think Colette is going to be someone we need to watch out for. She's going to go far. Then Bonnie said something which I didn't even realise. 6 apparently hasn't even opened on Broadway yet. It was meant to open on Broadway literally on the day that they had to close shows down because of COVID. So anyone watching in America, Broadway darlings, you're in for a treat when 6 opens up. Then we go on to The Lion King. The jacket that Kai wore was absolutely gorgeous. I want that jacket in my life now. And it was really nice because both of them were wearing similar colours and they were singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And that's very much a song where two separate characters really feel a connection stronger than ever at the first point in the Lion King narrative. So I think it was lovely that they kind of reflected that with the clothes they were wearing. Then we went to Mary Poppins with the practically perfect Zizi Strallon. I did think it was a bit odd. The kids were wearing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious t-shirts rather than... Sorry, I'm just getting over that tongue twister. They were wearing the Super Cali t-shirts rather than the Show Must Go On t-shirts, and I thought everyone who's wearing a black t-shirt, they should be wearing the Show Must Go On t-shirts for this. Like, you know, you want everyone to feel unified and together for this. Do you know what's great? There was a point where Zizi Stralin was doing like a Superman pose. And of course she's a superwoman, so that makes sense. Then we had Trevor Dion Nicholas singing You'll Be Back from Hamilton. And what's great, Trevor perfectly understood this song. First of all, he's got the fantastic voice. And I've seen performances of You'll Be Back where it's done very cartoonish and very outgoing. And of course it's not meant to be, the whole point, it's meant to be as if you're standing there, not showing much attitude, but really you're showing so much attitude. He was being perfectly understated as a man of British royalty would be in that status. I really wish they could have had the audience join in for that everybody, but I guess maybe COVID rules, obviously people couldn't take off their masks and stuff like that, but that would have been so great to see. The whole audience going da 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 da. Then we go on to Dear Evan Hansen. It wasn't Sam Tutty performing. I'm very interested to know, anyone who went to see the concert, did Sam Tutty perform at the concert you went to see? Because the Sunday night one, it was Marcus Harmon. And actually it was really interesting to see Marcus's adaptation because he's the alternative Evan. So that means when Sam has a performance off like during the week, Marcus goes on for him. He had the perfect nervousness of Evan Hansen down to a T. When they did close-ups of him, he was so in the zone of Evan. So bravo Marcus, mate, you did a great job. Then what was lovely, they cut to some video clips of what freelance staff and backstage staff have been doing during the year whilst theatres have been closed. You could tell with this concert they really wanted to emphasise that it's not just the performers on stage that have been affected by this. There's so many people behind the scenes that get these shows on who have also had to do odd jobs and survive as best they can. And that was lovely to see that they're thinking not just in performers' state of mind, they're thinking of everything to do with theatre. Then we went on to Amy Atkinson singing I Can't Go Back from Pretty Woman. I have to admit, I haven't heard anything from the Pretty Woman soundtrack yet, and I was quite surprised to hear that the orchestration and her voice style had quite a bit of a rock element to it. I was like, ooh, is this Pretty Woman updated to like cool rock modern times? Has anyone seen Pretty Woman yet? I'd love to know if it's quite different to the film. Let me know your comments below. I mean, the rock tone in the orchestration and Amy's voice, they blended perfectly together. Then we went on to Aisha Jawando, hope I pronounced that right, singing Tina. I mean, first of all, she looked flawless and stunning. And I noticed some tones of Amy Winehouse in Aisha's voice, and that was really interesting to hear. I mean, the graduate choir, they were used perfectly for this number. Not too much, not too little. They helped to build it up. Aisha's vocals were just insane. It was a fantastic number. Oh, and then we get to the end of Act 1, and we have an incredible performance from Mamma Mia. Now, if you'd said to me Mamma Mia was going to close Act 1, I'd be like, great, let's do a big fun number like Dancing Queen or Mamma Mia. She sang The Winner Takes It All, which is more of a slow ballady style song from ABBA's repertoire. And when she first started singing it, I was like, are you serious? We're closing the act on this? But actually, when you stop and think about it, the lyrics of The Winner Takes It All really reflects what we've all been through this past year. The gods may throw a dice, their minds as cold as ice, and someone way down here loses someone dear. I mean, just have a think about that. After everything that everyone's been through the last year, I think a lot of us can really personally relate to that. And it was just so simple and elegant, and it was a great reminder that in theatre you don't need glitz and glamour all the time to make a fantastic performance that people are going to connect with. You just need something to be performed at the right time to reflect our current society, because that is such a crucial part of the arts and theatre and music. So actually, it was the perfect ending to Act 1. Then we kicked off Act 2 with Ollie Dobson singing The Power of Love from Back to the Future the musical. What I loved about this one, they had some close-ups of the girls in the choir, and they were having so much fun just boogieing around. There was one girl with really big frizzy hair, and I loved it. She was just having the time of her life. So I started calling her Frizz, like, yeah, you go Frizz, you dance it, yeah. Bonnie and Trevor did this bit where they kind of joke about Back to the Future predicting the future, and they kind of got it wrong because of everything that happened in 2020. And if you really want to get technical about it, Back to the Future Part 2 happens in 2015, not in 2020. Sorry, that's the film geek in me coming out. I did do a film and TV production degree, so things like that are going to pop up. So even Back to the Future Part 2 is now 6 years ago. Just take a minute and think about that. Where are my hoverboards? Where's my self-time trainers? That film lied to us. Then we have Book of Mormon, Elder Price and Elder Cunningham singing You and Me But Mostly Me. And what was so cute, the guy playing Elder Cunningham, he looks like he could be Josh Gad's little brother or his little cousin. Josh Gad, who was the original Elder Cunningham on Broadway. What I found weird with this one is that they were wearing black shirts and black ties. And they very easily could have worn the Mormon outfits with the white shirt and the black tie and the little name badge. But they didn't. And I wonder if that was a directing choice because they wanted to make this film more like a concert rather than little bits from each show. Or it might have been because maybe for COVID and sanitization, things like that, they couldn't take the costumes out of the theatre buildings. Who knows? Then we had Alice Fern singing Me in the Sky from Come From Away. Breathtaking vocals, and she just has such incredible control of her dynamics. She's a tour de force. Frizz Girl again, we'll call her. She was just going for it again in this number. She had a lot of close-ups, and you know what? She deserved them because she was just going for it. Good on you, Frizz. Then we went to Matilda, When I Grow Up. So all the 4 Matildas were wearing the Show Must Go On t-shirt. So then I thought, okay, so why didn't the Mary Poppins kids wear them? Bizarre. Then everybody's talking about Jamie. There's so many fabulous fun numbers in Everybody's Talking About Jamie. I just thought they would have included at least one of them. They did Beautiful and Spotlight, which are both lovely songs. I just thought, oh come on, do something a bit faster with a bit of boogie, come on. And I did hear the graduate choir doing the Yorkshire accent, so good on you for that. Because of course Everybody's Talking About Jamie, it's set in Sheffield. Then we start getting towards the end of the show. John Owen Jones comes on, performs Bring Him Home from Les Miserables. What was really lovely, he said before he started,
"It's good to be back."
and he really put his heart and soul into the performance, and you could tell afterwards that he was really emotionally overwhelmed by the response from the audience and just being able to sing that song again, so bless you, John. And then we went into Phantom of the Opera. The chap playing Phantom, he wasn't even wearing a mask. So I do think they've tried to take the songs out of the shows and put them more into this concert format. Because he could have so easily worn like the little hat with the mask over his face. But again, maybe it was something to do with props going out of the theatre, sanitising, all that kind of fun stuff. The chap playing Phantom, Reese Whitfield, my goodness, he's got some vocals on him. I think there was some point his vocals were so strong, the microphone's going pow, 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 because his voice is just exploding into the microphone. And they had a really beautiful connection, those two actors, really gorgeous to see. Then we had Laura Pick singing The Wizard and I from Wicked. I don't know if this was done on purpose, but the little tape around her microphone was green. And in this particular number again, they showed a lot of close-ups of the orchestra performing. It was just so wonderful to see that they're trying to focus on as many different aspects of this show as possible, not just the lead at the front. I would have loved to have just heard Defying Gravity. I think that's the song again, like The Winner Takes It All from Mamma Mia. The lyrics in Defying Gravity are quite relevant to everything we've been through the past year. And there was a wide shot of Laura towards the end with all the audience in view. And you could tell when she's doing that, she doesn't even need the microphone, she's literally belting out. She doesn't even need the microphone to fill that entire theatre with her sound. The note that Laura sang at the end, it went on for ages. I was like, okay, I'll watch Laura sing that note, go downstairs, make a cup of tea, maybe get a biscuit, have a chat with a few friends, come back and, oh, Laura's still singing that note. Then we moved on to Prince of Egypt, When You Believe. It was very gorgeous and very still, but still incredibly powerful. There was much more riffs and diva styles going on than in the original film version that most of us are familiar with. But you know what? After the past year, I've missed out on a lot of riffs and diva moments, so I'll take every single one that you're willing to give me. And the choir giving a perfect echo was so beautiful, perfectly done. And then Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, comes out at the end to give a little bit of a speech. I won't ruin it all too much for you, but I think it was hilarious because he called London the theatre capital of the world. That got a massive round of applause. And then he called London the greatest city in the world, and that kind of got a... And it was all very emotional because towards the end they revealed how much they've made from this concert and everything. I won't give that away because I just want you to watch it and really experience the emotion for yourself, but it got very moving. And then what other better song to finish off the show than The Show Must Go On by Queen. They had all the performers together that they could on stage. It was so moving to watch. And they got a well-deserved full standing ovation at the end. I mean, I was really gutted that I couldn't get to see this show in stage, but the slight perk of watching it at home online is I could lounge around in my dressing gown watching it. I'm guessing the Palace Theatre wouldn't have liked me turning up in my dressing gown to watch it at the show. Well, lovelies, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. All I'll say is definitely go and watch this concert. It's streaming for free on YouTube until Sunday the 13th of June, so you've only got a few days. Go and watch it now. And don't forget, I'm going to put all the links and information in my description about how you can donate. And if you love this video, then why not subscribe? Give me a little tick, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'll be back next Thursday with another fabulous video. Mwah! Bye-bye.